I don't know. I'm recording. I don't know. He might call in. He messaged me like right when you asked if he was coming on, and he had to work late, and he didn't know if he was going to be able to get on. I gave him the number. I said, look, if you can get on, call in. If you can't, we'll do it another time. It's no big deal. So he might call. He might not call. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Look, I had music queued up. Fuck. Which is probably going to get us sued, but I'm doing it anyway. Because I like.
I mean, one of our listeners might be a lawyer.
I don't know, maybe. What's up, motherfuckers? Samurai and Diver here. We're rocking out right now. This is Pride and Glory. You never did listen to the shit that I gave you. You never listen to anything I give you, do you?
Yeah, no, I've been listening to it on Spotify.
You listen to Pride and Glory on Spotify.
Yes, I did.
Even though I gave you the Pride and Glory album like 8 years ago. When did you listen to it on Spotify? Like last week?
Hold on.
I forgot to tweet that we're live. I just tweeted that we're live. I'm a little slow right now. You gotta cut me some slack. Yeah, but we're here, motherfuckers. And it should be an interesting night. Especially the recap of last week's fights. What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I was going to show you on my Spotify, but I can't find it.
Oh, of course you can't.
Uh-oh, you down in that whole 12 ounces?
No, this sucks. It's not cold enough. Fuck. I got a Pepsi 1 and it's not cold enough. Can I say I'm drinking a Pepsi 1? Do we have to have, like, do we have to pay them now?
Oh, yeah, they sponsor us.
Yeah. The big dogs, they go right for us, man. Because, yeah, it's only, every time we mention Pepsi, we get $20. So, yeah, so how are you doing, Mr. Diver? How was your weekend? How's your foot?
Oh, foot is, I'm still walking on my toes, of which one is broken, I think, or sprained. So yeah, it's been a rough week, and now I'll probably go set it in the water all day tomorrow, and it'll be raw again. So I don't know if it's ever going to heal.
So, because I only partially got what happened last week, because I don't know if you realized how you were feeling pretty good last week when I talked to you. So, you stepped on something and then what? You kicked something? What the fuck did you do again? You cut like a hole in your foot.
Well, I got a hole in my foot. I had my boat backed up to these other two boats, and I was on my friend's boat, and I went to step over to the other guy's boat, not at the stern. I mean, I'm just stepping, one side to the other, and somewhere between stepping over, I missed the boat. I don't know if my foot hit their cleat on my head, grabbed my hat, fell in the water. Tried to hold my beer up, it totally got submerged. And then I was like, oh man, my foot hurts. So I got up, I got on my boat, and I got a nickel-sized scrape of skin just scraped off the dead center of my foot. And it bled and bled. And at the time I was probably inebriated. So I grabbed that skin and ripped it off. Probably, I don't know what good it would have done to keep it, but I probably shouldn't have ripped it off. So it just kept bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. So then, which that was okay. We stayed up there for about another, hour or so. So then we were getting ready to leave, and I'm kind of, walking on the hill, tracking blood on my boat. I go to sit down in my console to crank the boat, and my foot was wet, and it slid forward and hit the console. My middle toe, I don't know. I don't think it's broken because it doesn't look funky. It was just swollen and turned black. So, I mean, what are they going to do for it anyway? I mean, I got first aid advice from Samurai.
Yeah, well, that's all
Yeah.
they're gonna do.
Well, I
Did you
taped
go to
it
the
to my other
emergency
toe.
room, or you didn't go to the emergency room on Sunday, did you?
No, I took your advice. I taped it to my other toe, but you didn't tell me to tape it to the toe next to it, so I taped it to the middle toe on the other foot, and I couldn't walk.
You know what? And after I bet I would actually believe that based on the conversation we had Saturday night. I think that's probably truthful.
Well,
Uh,
the other part that you didn't hear was they all decided they wanted to eat outside, and they live 30 miles south of me, so they instead of going back home, they decided to meet me at my house. Well, they
okay.
pull up. Pants was not feeling well, so she goes in. They pull up. They back their boat down my driveway. You know, I got a long, curvy driveway, which I thought that's going to be horrible because only one of them was able to drive.
Yeah.
So the guy comes up. He's talking to me. He decides he's got to go take a leak. He goes behind the house. One of the girls who was driving comes over. She's like, the other one's too drunk. So she comes out. She finally gets her out, and they stumble over to me, both in bikinis. And I'm like, I don't think we should be
Oh.
going out to a restaurant. Yeah, the one with the well-endowed
Yeah.
assets.
Yeah.
Hammered. So they decided to get some fast food on the way. They couldn't back the boat out, so I finally got the boat backed out. They went home. Next morning, she texts Pants and says, I heard we went to your house last night. I don't remember anything. How do you feel today? They don't remember any of that.
We've all had incidents like that, I think.
Whew. It was
Although
a...
I haven't recently, because it doesn't work that way. But we've all been
Well,
there.
you don't have any friends. You have to have friends to do that.
What a dick! I have
You have Twitter
like
friends.
I have a friend. She's right here. She's my doggy, Sookie. Oh,
Is that
speaking of
lotion
Sookie,
acidic?
do you watch True Blood, or is that
I
just
do not.
Pants? Okay, so it's just
Yes.
Pants. Oh, because the last season of True Blood starts on Sunday, and of course I have to
Maybe
watch
you
it
want to
because
explain
that's
to
my
our
dog's
listeners why
namesake.
she's called Pants?
Because she wears the pants of the she is that the expression? She wears the pants of the family. Because she wears the pants. She's the boss. Diver wears the skirt.
I
He
wear the
does what he's.
pants
You
when
don't
she's
wear
not.
you.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's coming. Shh, she's coming.
We
Okay,
need to
she's not
get
coming.
her
Okay,
on
I'm
here.
good.
Can you imagine the shit that she would have to say about you? That would be great.
Oh,
That's
she,
why anytime you guys have a fight, you need to
yeah,
bring that shit on air.
she'd have to be.
Uh oh, you're breaking up. Uh oh,
No,
don't start that shit again. What are you doing? What did you just do?
nothing. You've been breaking up the whole time.
I'm not. Your face is breaking up.
I'm not moving.
I see you just blinked. All right. So, yeah, and the car seems to be doing okay. I'm going with the air filter, which
I
kind of
can't
makes
believe
sense.
you got a Bugatti and you got trouble with it and you won't take it to the shop.
I have a
Word
Bugatti
on the
and I took
street's
it
going to be jealous when he finds out you've got a Bugatti.
to the Advance Auto. That I remember why we didn't do that air filter that time too. What a fucking piece of shit that is to get to.
I don't remember
That
that.
sucked. Yeah, we were like, yeah, let's do this, and we both looked at it, and we're just like, no, no, and said, fuck it. And man, that was a bitch. That sucked. I fucked up my finger. I think I just figured out it's infected. Because I got a cut on this hand, which is already scabbed over, and the scab's starting to come off. And I got that cut, the one that I texted you the picture of when I was just fucking around with you.
You mean the paper cut?
Yeah, that's from me bashing my hand into the car. Well, that one still hasn't scabbed, and I had a Band-Aid on it earlier that fell off, but the Band-Aid came off there was the red wet spot on there. I'm like, well, that's not supposed to happen after a week. So I'm pretty sure it's
Oh.
infected. So I put some Neosporin on it, and now I have a Band-Aid on.
Well, at least when I got out of the lake, I put Neosporin on mine, and I was drunk. I mean, I could have been drunk.
I just I just figured it's a little cut. What the fuck? Nothing's gonna happen. So there were fights last Saturday, which neither one of us watched. Really, I didn't pay much attention to it, which always pisses me off when I spend money on a pay-per-view and I don't even watch it. But I was like reading car shit and stuff like that. Um, and
I
Diver's
paid for
being
it and didn't even
funny.
watch it in protest.
Diver's being funny and on the camera. So from what, and I got the prelims. I still haven't even touched the prelims because I didn't get home till late. But here's we can run through this real quick because this is what I picked up on. Where is it? It's this one. So I didn't watch the fight pass. Oh no, I did watch the fight pass prelim. That was a fun fight. That was one fight that I saw. I didn't watch any of the FX prelims, but I will say that I know we picked the Chinese sounding people and they both won.
Yes.
And
Yep.
the darker skinned chick won. I'm pretty sure they started looking alike after the fight because one girl got the shit beat out of her. So the main card, which I only partially paid attention to, but based on what I heard, apparently Ovin St. Preux broke Ryan Jimbo's arm and then tried to rip it out of the socket. I did see that, but apparently he broke his arm like Anderson Silva break on his arm, like just broke his arm in half.
How did I not hear about that?
I don't know. I didn't know it was that bad until I saw UFC tonight and the doctor was comparing the two. So that happened. Andrei Arlovsky won, which I don't think he won, but he won a decision. I gave it to Brendan Schaub, but whatever. He didn't look very good. It was kind of sad to see him come back like that.
See, I was wanting Schaub to win, but I wanted him to win, not make
No,
it iffy.
it wasn't a very fun fight. That one I did try to force myself to pay attention to because I was fucked up, man. I read about that limp mode shit that cars have, and I thought, fuck, my engine's like dead or something like that, and I'm never gonna get out of limp mode. So I was like stressed, so I didn't pay attention. But I did force myself to watch that because I like Andrei Arlovsky, and it was just,
Huh.
Ryan Bader looked really good against Rafael Cavalcanti from what I saw, won a unanimous decision. Rory McDonald from what I saw, because I started falling asleep at that point, looked very dominant over Tyron Woodley and won a unanimous decision. And Demetrius Johnson and Ali Bagatinov, which I remember it beginning.
Whoa, ho. Did you say Tyrion Lannister was fighting?
Yeah. He's fighting...
He's a little dude.
Well, I had to think about that. I was like, what the fuck did I say a name that sounded like that? You couldn't have come up with that one sooner? I want to talk. We're going to talk about Tyrion. And Demetrius Johnson apparently looked absolutely phenomenal and dominant over Ali Bagatinov. So there's your recap. I don't think there was any... The only controversy, I think, was that Arlovsky decision, I think. But I don't have a problem with that shit. So let's talk about Tyrion.
Enough of that MMA crap.
Oh no, I want to go over. We're gonna come back to MMA, but let's talk about Tyrion. But
we're gonna
spoiler
talk
alert. Let's go like 3 minutes. So, what'd you think?
I was happy. I was happy his brother saved him. I was glad he killed that woman, the lying whore, literally.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You know, when he was getting ready to leave,
I
I
felt bad for him
thought,
doing it though, because he didn't want to do it. I felt bad that he had to.
yeah, I was thinking when he was trying to escape that he thought, well, something's going on. I love him. Oh my God, it made my day because I hated his dad.
See, but there's characters that they're killing off, like his dad, what's his name? The fuck, I always forget what they call him. The guy they just killed off, who was watching the girl. You know who I'm talking about?
Who was watching?
He was watching
Carlisi?
the girl. No,
Carlisi?
the little girl, the 13-year-old girl.
Oh, the Hound.
The Hound. There we go. They killed off the Hound. They killed off what's his name, Joffrey, a couple weeks ago. Those are characters that I like. Although I started liking the Hound, but those are characters that I like
Yeah.
to not like. Like I like them
Well,
on the show because they're good, and they're not supposed to be likable. I like
you
it.
know when they killed Jon Snow's dad, and he was like, to me, he was the biggest star in the show. When they did that, I thought they have no bounds. They'll kill anyone, and they have proved they will kill everyone.
Shit, I knew that in that first episode. Was that Jon Snow's dad when they beheaded the guy, or in like the fourth episode?
Yeah, they put his head up on a pole.
Oh, that was Jon Snow. See,
He was the king. He was the
I
king's
think I'm
hand.
gonna. I think I'm gonna do what Two Monocles did before the next season and go back and rewatch the whole series. Because I'm bad with names. I work off of faces, and sometimes it's like in war movies too. Sometimes like when they're in that character, everyone's got the long hair, everyone's got the beard. I can't fucking tell the difference between anybody. Like as soon
Yeah,
as I see him do something, like, oh, I know, I didn't know that was that motherfucker.
like
Okay,
24. I didn't know who that guy was in 24. I
which
didn't
guy?
realize he was the one that was Chloe's boss.
Oh, see, I knew that. They showed
When they
that last week, didn't they?
Well, they did, but Pants and I did not realize who it was until this week when he called Chloe, and I'm like, oh, dude, that's the same guy.
Yeah, but
Oh,
no
spoiler
one,
alert!
no one knew it at that point.
You didn't know who he was last week?
No, as soon as they showed him, like I knew who he was.
Yeah, but I didn't know who he was then. I only realized it the last episode when he called Chloe. I didn't realize it the week before when they showed
When
his
you
face.
when you watched The Sixth Sense, like, did you figure that out?
Nope. When the ring hit the floor, I figured it out.
Okay, that was my next question: is how long was it in between you figuring out what happened?
Yeah. When the ring hit the floor, I looked at Pants and said, he's dead.
Okay.
That's the first time I realized it. And then I realized I was tricked the whole movie, and I loved it. That's probably one of my favorite all-time movies
He did a really good
because it's a
job on
little
that.
scary. Oh, it's good, so good. You know the little girl who made the video of her mother killing her. That was good.
The one who was getting poisoned.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
Munchausen by
I know who you're
proxy.
talking about. Yeah,
But it was
yeah.
it was
Now,
just scary enough.
did you see the documentary part behind it? Like all the things he put
Oh,
into it. If you go back and rewatch it, I'm sure it's on YouTube. It was on the DVD, but I'm sure there's a clip on YouTube. Like they took such special care to keep the dead world away from the live world. Like, and if you watch it again, you'll see it. Like every time Bruce Willis was interacting with ghosts or with people, it was always like where no one else would be able to tell anything was happening. Like remember when he sat down and had dinner, the anniversary
and
dinner
she was
with his
ignoring him.
wife? Yeah,
Yep.
all those kinds of things. And then on top of that, anything red meant death. If a person was
Oh.
wearing red, if anything that was red in the movie, there was no red in the movie that didn't have to do with death.
Well, see, I felt like I was taken advantage of because we see stuff in movies where we don't see the guy go home at night. We don't see him in between bites at dinner. So, we took for granted that those things were actually happening, and they weren't happening. And, if we would have watched a whole episode of him going to the restaurant, she's ignoring him, and those small things that we realized later, we would realize he was dead, but they tricked us. I
I
didn't
don't know
like
what
that.
you mean, wee white man. I knew that shit early in the movie.
How soon did you know?
If you remember, I don't know how much you remember, how many times you've seen it, but the second time that he went to that door to get to his office and the door was covered up, like there was a table in front of it or something like that. The
Yeah.
second time he did that, I knew.
Now, do you
And I
think you would
remember,
have liked it better if you didn't know?
no, because at that point on, I switched gears and started watching it how well he made it.
Oh.
And I got to watch. See, I watched it with my neighbor. I watched it with the kids a couple of years ago. That was pretty fun because you could see like the light bulb go off. Because
Yeah.
that's like an Alfred Hitchcock like scary. So I mean, everyone watched that shit.
You
And
know, that's one of my movies that people always say, oh, if you come across it and you start watching like Bull Durham, if I see Bull Durham, if I see The Sixth Sense, I will stop what I'm doing and I'll continue watching it till it's over.
you just want to see Susan Sarandon naked. She was naked in that, wasn't she?
I don't. I so much don't even care about her. No, I don't know.
Oh, see, I
No,
like
I
her
don't want to see
boobs.
her naked.
Why? She's got nice boobs. She's done nudity all over the place anyway.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Oh, I'm sure she has. So, back to fights a little bit. And I want to come back to 24. Have you heard all the shit that's going on? Because I can roll through the big things here. I didn't
Yeah.
send you
By the
anything,
way,
did I? I
have
forgot
we
to
got
send you that
any?
email. Oops. What? What about Quiz Up? Yeah, I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you how you're liking work, because I seem to get like I was shocked. Like I got a Quiz Up app from if you must have run out of lives on Candy Crush, and said, "Oh fuck, I guess I'll play
I
some
run out
Quiz
of
Up."
lives every freaking day. My the guy that works in my department. I mean, there's a department. There's three of us. He was telling me he was playing this game, and I'm like, well, what is it? He started telling me, and I said, wait a minute. I think I kicked Samurai's ass in that game. The only game I said, here's the deal. Samurai kicks my ass in everything we play. Every game, every game. This is the only game I can beat him in. By the way, let me download it and play him again. That's how that came about.
You're the one who stopped playing with me. Like the
No,
games that you played, like it said, like because I noticed I haven't played it. No, I haven't
well, I got a
played
new
too
phone.
much
I forgot
anything.
to download the app.
Well, that's
Yeah, I
not
forgot the
my
app for my new phone.
that's not my problem. That's
It's
not my
not, but it's
problem.
what happened. I ain't got no
So
time for that.
did you hear all the news about Bellator and everything?
Some of it. You want to recap for me?
So
Put
I
it in a
might
tidy little pile for me.
I might call a
Steaming
truce with
hot,
Bellator.
wet.
Why you gotta go steaming hot and wet? That's gross. Now you're just gross. I can't do this yet. Um,
Pile.
I gotta wait a minute.
Huh.
So Bellator and I think are calling a truce. Bjorn Rebney's out. He has been released from his president status of the company. He started that company. I'm sure they paid him a nice chunk of change. And in Bjorn Rebney's place will be Scott Coker, who used to run Strike Force. So I don't have a problem with Scott Coker. I like Scott Coker. He's a cool guy. I hope anyway, Bellator get better. They're going to drop the tournament shit that they do and the seasonal stuff because Scott Coker's like, this isn't a seasonal sport. It's a year-round sport. There's fights all the time. Tournament
Yeah.
style is done. Maybe we'll bring it back for special occasions, but that's it. It's done. So there's going to be some changes, and I bet there will be some more talent coming in too. They're already, and I think this is a mistake, but the rumors has it is that they've already gone after Kimbo Slice. I don't think anyone wants to see Kimbo Slice fight in MMA again, but
I'll fight
whatever.
Kimbo Slice. What is he? He's 50 years old, isn't he?
No, he'll kick. You better really brush up on your ground game. Kimbo's not a bad boxer. He's got some good hands. But yeah, so Bellator, that happened with Bellator. They actually approached Chael. They wanted Chael. Viacom, who owns Bellator, Viacom approached Chael and wanted him to sign a confidentiality agreement to discuss becoming president. And Chael said no,
Ooh.
which is smart.
You know, he could have took that to another level, though, if he wanted to.
Yeah, but he's smart enough to know. He's one of the very few people who could play the Dana role.
Oh, yeah. He could be better than Dana at being Dana.
Yeah, so basically, why would you go to Bellator when in X amount of years you're probably going to be running the number one organization. So he
Well,
didn't even agree to the talks. He just flat out said no to the confidentiality agreement. Which that's big.
UFC.
Huh?
Remind me to circle back to the topic of the peak of the UFC,
Okay.
which is past. Keep going.
Oh boy, this ought to be good.
Uh,
So we brought up Chael. This can segue into two things. I'll touch on this one, then we'll get to the bigger one. So Metamoris, the jiu-jitsu pay-per-view stuff that they do online,
what?
they have a Metamoris. You don't know what I'm talking about?
I haven't seen that. No.
That's the one. I've tried to get you to watch it. I even
Stop
gave you
it.
my password to watch the. That's the one with fuck is his name? I'm gonna punch you in the face. But anyway, they have an event coming up in August, which I'm gonna say do not be surprised to see that on the UFC Fight Pass, because that'll be a big pickup for them for their programming. So fully expect to see Metamoris on UFC Fight Pass when it's on. But they're going to have Chael Sonnen headlining their jiu-jitsu fights that night against Andre Galvo, which will be a very interesting match. We'll see how Chael does against defense, because that's a tough one. And Josh Barnett will be fighting Dean Lister at that event too. So there's already two good fights. And then that leads to the No, not North. What the fuck? The Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Ugh. Which is making me sick right now.
I don't know what you're doing. So, you've lost your mind. Chael has a temporary suspension. He's going to get
Spinning around in my chair.
Now, Vanderlei. What'd you think of Vanderlei?
which part? The UFC, the Nevada part of it, or the actual event?
Just the Vanderlei part. I thought it was interesting to watch. I listened to some of it today. I
watched the whole thing.
Hearing, and then I went back and listened to, like, I was listening to fighters get approved for, like, Lyoto Machida called in so he could get approved for his license. Matt Mitrione called in so he could get approved for his license to fight. It was interesting listening to that. Like, they had to go through special things because they're over 35. They couldn't just, like, be approved.
Well, first of all, I think that the Athletic Commission in Nevada is a joke. They're sorry. I hate them. They want to have a fighter apologize for talking about beating a Mexican's ass when that was his job, to beat his ass in the ring. I mean,
All right.
That's what he did, and he said he did it. And they wanted him to apologize and feel for the people and the words that he could hurt people with. Oh, it made me sick. I'd have told him to kiss my ass.
Someone has something to say tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
That got me fired up. It did. It got me fired up.
Because I was going to have you talk about that, but you just drove straight through Vanderlei to get to that guy.
Oh, the Vanderlei was cool. It was funny. Vanderlei sat there and ate his crow like he should have.
He's in so much trouble.
Well, and I hope they suspend him. But then again, I have so much disrespect for the Athletic Commission and the freaking referees. Oh, they're driving me crazy. I mean, it's like they're taking a lady from the mall and saying, "Hey, you want to judge a fight?" And they're like, "Okay." Which brings me back to the point of the downfall of the UFC. If they don't get a handle on this, the dedicated people who like it are going to not like it, because we're seeing crap go on here that shouldn't be going on. You see it in some of the boxing. You go back to boxing because of all the the big fights and Tyson and the Ali's and Foremans and whoever. But golly, we've had two in the past 4 weeks where the guys clearly have lost a fight and they got awarded a win. I mean, it's sickening. It makes me think, well, I don't really care if I watch it or not. And there's got to be more people like me. Don't you think? Or do you want to go back to the apology part? Because that really ticked me off.
you,
Oh,
you just keep going.
the apology. Hey, you know, do you sincerely mean your apology? Yes, I said it. Oh, I have a
What the
message.
fuck is that?
I have a message.
That looked like it even confused you.
I like that. I just downloaded that today.
Oh my gosh.
Now, this
So,
apology crap has got to stop. And do you sincerely mean your apology where you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings and incite? I'm like, dude, I'm fighting for a living. I'm trying to beat people's asses, and you're telling me to apologize to them. It made me sick. I wish Nevada would have all these guys uprise against them. And I love Las Vegas. I would love to go to Las Vegas tonight. But if they never had another fight there, have them in New Jersey, have them in Raleigh. We could fill a stadium up in Raleigh.
see, it does
But,
nothing. I don't want to go to
man.
fucking games anyway.
Well, no, it'd be cool to
Or
say it
not
was here,
games,
though.
fights. Not games, fights.
It's a game with the soccer ball, they kick it with their foot.
Yeah, I watched the longest amount of soccer I think I've ever seen yesterday. I went over to the house
So you
after
smoked
work.
yesterday.
No, I was at the house and it was on. The kids were watching it, and because they went on their cruise today, so I went over there to say hey and bye and have fun and all that shit.
I didn't know they were
I've
going. Where'd it
never,
go?
I don't know, some Caribbean Mexico shit.
Oh,
Not
Western Caribbean.
Yeah, it was like $1,300,
For
and
all of them?
no, like if I was gonna, it was like $1,300, and I was like, no, I want to go on an Alaskan cruise. You don't want to see the Georgia Lights. Holy shit! You don't want to see the Northern Lights. I want to see the Northern Lights.
Did you just say Georgia?
Yeah, I don't know why I said Georgia Lights. I mean, I can think of a reason why maybe I said Georgia Lights. Um, but yeah, I mean Northern Lights is what I meant.
I would rather go to North Dakota and camp out in a tent. Well, actually, I'd rather just have a cot in January, and sit out and watch the stars rather than go on an Alaskan cruise.
I want to see the Northern Lights. That's that would be and I want to see it for like in two different states of mentals, two different mindsets.
Pants on, pants off.
We can go that route. But yeah, so I watched this. Okay, this is where I was going with this. So I watched this guy get kneed in the head. It was an accidental knee, knocked him out.
Hand on the ground.
Knocked him
I
out.
mean, was it a legal knee or an illegal knee?
It was an accident. I don't know what happened. I'm sure they did some penalty kick or something. I don't remember. This is what I remember. The guy was
Wait, are
out
you talking
cold.
about UFC or are you talking about soccer?
No, this is soccer.
Oh, I thought you were talking about UFC.
No, I'm talking about soccer. The guy was out, and they were rubbing his chest to get the blood going again and all that shit. And he woke back up, and they're removing him from the field, and he protested, and he kept playing.
Oh,
This is
so it's like
professional
WWE.
athlete. Yeah, this is like a professional athlete who just got knocked out from a knee to the head. You would think maybe the doctors would step in and say, yeah, no, you're going to go off and we're going to check you out. Not, yeah, go play some more soccer and get kicked in the head again. No, I just don't get the soccer thing. It's just not my thing.
The only thing I like about soccer, there's one thing. There's a 90-minute clock, and it never stops. That's the best thing about soccer. I wish I had it in every sport.
Yeah,
You're
but
down
you
to
know
2
what?
minutes in football, you got 17 hours left.
But it's not necessarily 90 minutes. That's not the official clock. The official
What?
clock is still kept on the field.
But it never stops, does it?
It can stop on the official clock. They'll stop it for injuries and things like that. Because then if you watch it, because I've seen that before. Let's say there's 5 seconds left in the game and it hits that 90-minute mark. Well, then it just keeps going. because that's not the official time. The official time is somewhere on the field. I don't know what stops it and what doesn't, but something stops it. I just don't
I
get it.
didn't think it ever stopped.
No, it can stop. But yeah, I don't get it. So Vanderlei Silva, real quick, let's talk. I do want to say something about him. I think he's sadly done. Is that you?
No, my
I
phone
think,
doesn't say droid.
no, I was saying, is that you texting me?
No.
Oh, it's not you. It's Bubbles. We really do think you have a problem, by the way. I think
Bubbles?
Vanderlei's done. Huh?
Who's Bubbles? Do I know
Polyposis.
Bubbles?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I've stopped sending you friend requests. I mean,
No, but
requests.
that's just all that means is you're trying to hide your habit. It's like an
By the way, you're
alcoholic
not
leaving.
getting any more lives from me.
That's
Have
like
you
an
noticed that?
alcoholic leaving little bottles around the house. No, so Vanderlei Silva, I think he's done. I was really kind of surprised to see that he really legitimately did run away. I thought Chael was just saying that, and he just didn't take it because he said his lawyers needed to read it, and Chael was just like goofing on him. He really ran away.
Well, see, I kind of all along thought he ran away.
I didn't think it was. I really thought Chael was just saying he ran away when Vanderlei was trying to make it technical, and I, for whatever reason, thought Vanderlei's. I was like, yeah, I can see Chael blowing that out of proportion, and being like, yeah, you ran away from the drug. No, he ran away. The collector. Did you hear the collector talk?
Yes.
Would you?
I
Now let me
watched
ask
the
you
whole
this.
thing.
Would you?
You mean the guy who got his chin bitten off by a Doberman?
Would you have given him your pee? I wouldn't have given him my pee.
No, he was
I
freaky.
would have asked for a new collector. That guy was a weirdo. But yeah, I think Vanderlei's done, and then we already heard your whole crazy thing. So I bought the UFC game. Very cool, very well done, very
Did
detailed.
you get Rocksmith?
And I need to work on it. No, but I want to talk to you about that. Because
Okay.
I still don't know. I meant to look it up and I forgot to look it up. UFC game's really cool, and you need to check it. You need to stop buying Rocksmith gay shit, and and get a damn PS4 or get your. You could play Rocksmith on your PS4, can't you?
Well, I'm not sure about that yet, and I was kind of scared to buy it before I did. But I went ahead and bought it last night, so I played tonight.
What do you play it on?
PS3.
Oh, you play it through the PS3. Okay.
Yeah.
So what
But
is
it's not
this?
it's not very intuitive because it tells you, hey, play this song, and it shows you, like I'm used to reading tablature on playing guitar, and it shows you play a red string for your big E, your yellow string for your A, your purple string, and I got to learn the colors on it. So it doesn't
Oh, I
really
see
give
what
you a
you're saying,
tutorial.
okay.
It gives you a tutorial on everything: how to hold your pick, how to hold your guitar, how to tune it, how to put a strap on it. I mean, it goes from, if you've never touched a guitar before, it's good. I'm probably a little beyond that, but
Like that, and
well,
that was the I wasn't because didn't I say to you like, why don't you just teach yourself or do some solo? I said some smart ass thing to you. Like at
actually, I
this
felt
point, what
pretty
would a
good about
game
that.
like that do?
Well, the way I play
I
now, I go out to the garage or I go up in the bonus room and I throw on AC/DC and I play along with it. That was scary
sorry,
looking. Uh,
my face feels funny.
so it keeps me interested in learning.
I'm
But
sorry.
it's also got, I mean, there's a lot of chords and stuff that I don't know. Stop it.
Okay, sorry.
All right. So, can your dog actually hear those high-pitched sounds?
I don't know. She's not moving. She's asleep. I'm surprised she hasn't run away. Oh shit,
All
he's
right.
fucked up again.
So
Okay, I'm sorry.
so if I just play, I'm gonna go pee right now. QE.
Oh, my stomach hurts. Alright, so how's it gonna help you?
If you're gonna listen to me, I will
I
tell
really do want to know. That's the
you. Ooh, look,
thing.
a bunt cake.
Oh, my stomach. That looks like a really thick donut with shitty glaze. Okay, I'm good.
That's what she said.
Not to me.
You can't even look at the screen now, can you?
I was gonna try to let you start so it could be like a running start before I like look back up and really focus. You're making that difficult.
All right, so since I took guitar lessons from the samurai's brother and learned a lot about guitar, but so I sit there every night. I play the same songs. I play the same chords. I play the same notes. That's gross. And
By the way,
I don't really
I think he
learn
would
anything
prefer.
more.
I think he would prefer you call me his ex-brother, or I might be contacted by a lawyer.
Well, you might prefer ex brother.
I don't fucking care. All right. Anyway,
So I got this, and this will keep me. It teaches me new chords. You got to. It's like it's a video game. You got a spaceship, and you got to play an F5. And if you play an F5 chord, you shoot down the spaceship or something. You play
the
a
W.
G5. You play a G. You play a. But it plays. It keeps me fresh. Keeps me wanting to learn more, rather than the same old stuff I've been learning forever.
The WWE has an F5 in the game. That's Brock Lesnar's finishing move.
I hate wrestling.
You love it.
I liked it when
And
I
you,
was 9.
and you love Brock Lesnar too.
But
So,
Brock Lesnar. I mean,
I
who doesn't
appreciate
love a man
Brock
with a
Lesnar
tattoo like
more.
that?
Hey, look, I appreciate him a lot more now that I've watched wrestling. Um, all right, last couple things. One, I want to go through that too. Let's do this part first because this is I. There's no fights this week, and although there is World Series of Fighting tomorrow night and Glory tomorrow night, no UFC. There's 2 UFC fights next week. I don't want to spend time on one of them, so we're going to run through that one now, so we have more time for the one that I think is supposed to be better. Okay. I'm going to skip. We'll skip to Neil Magny versus Rodrigo Goliano de Lima. I don't know who the fuck that is, but I like Neil Magny from the show, so Neil Magny.
What show?
He was on, I think it was the Chiesa season, Michael Chiesa season.
I don't remember the name at all.
He was the black guy with the kind of like pointed out. You can't see it. Kind of like the pointed out ears like that. You'd recognize him if you saw him.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Neil Magny. I don't know who anyone else is here. Soa Palele and Jared Rosholt. I got Soa Palele because he's knocking everybody out. I'm skipping the other 2 fights. You want to pick one of those 2?
Which ones? I mean, what's the names?
Soa Palele and Jared Rosholt. Soa Palele is he's doing pretty okay these days.
I'm going to pick him because I can actually pronounce his name and it sounds more American.
Soa Palele sounds more American than Jared Rosholt.
No, Roshold.
Oh, you're picking
Sounds
Rosholt.
more American. Yeah.
That's racist. It's not racist. That's countryist.
It is. Not.
Countryist? Not countryist. Patriotic?
Nationalistic. Hey,
National-
I like that.
Patriotic. James Tahuna and Nate Marquardt. I don't fucking care. And I feel bad. I just don't care. Nate Marquardt, sure, because he looks weird, and I think he's going to be the first openly gay fighter in the UFC.
Really?
Openly
I
gay
like
male
Mark
fighter.
Ward.
I'm sorry. I don't
I thought he was
dislike Mark
hot.
Hort, but he's looking like shit lately. I think he's about done. Matter of
Hmm.
fact, I think he probably has to win this fight. But I got Mark Hort. I just don't really care about the fight. This is a fight pass card. It's just who are you picking on that one?
Well, I like Mark Ward. He told me he'd be. I'm going to still go with Mark Ward. Just because
Okay.
I knew a kid named Mark Ward was one of my son's friends.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a weird name.
in
It's got to be
Apex.
German, right? What is that?
I think it is.
I would think it's German. It sounds German. Mike, I brought up Mike Chiesa a second ago. Just
Yeah.
one of the few fight announcements I'm going to talk about because I'm kind of sad. It'll be a great fight, but Michael Chiesa will be fighting Joe Lozon in September. I love
Ooh.
those two. I want that to be a draw.
That's going to be a good fight.
It'll be a great fight, but just make it a draw. Like I
I
don't
got
want either one
no.
of them to lose.
I like Lozon, but Chiesa is my fighter, man. I like him.
Yeah, I don't want just let it fight to a draw. That would be
You don't.
that would be a hope.
You don't want either one of them to lose, do you?
No, I really like both of them. Do you have a computer you can search anything on? I want you to look something up. That'll work. Okay, I'm going to give you a name and I'm going to spell it, and then I'm going to talk about. I guess we'll move on because these are the last couple things. This is the name, okay?
All right.
Rin, Rin,
Mm-hmm.
Nakai, Nakai. And you go to images on that, and you skip through the images.
Okay. Oh. Oh. I don't know if I like her or not. She looks like she could have been a man.
That's a
I'm
tough one,
scrolling.
isn't it?
I'm scrolling.
I think Front Row Brian brought this up earlier today, and she's not quite manly enough that I wouldn't do her.
I don't know.
And she's
Some
Japanese,
pictures,
so she's
yes.
probably into some weird shit.
Well, she's got to be on the juice. Got to be with arms and shoulders like that.
We'll know soon enough because she is set to fight Misha Tate, I think in August or September.
Really?
Yeah, she is an undefeated MMA fighter from Japan.
Yeah,
I think she's
I don't.
16-0-1. I think. So she seems to be legit and the real deal, and she's just kind of freaky. There's YouTube videos of her like exercising topless. Like they don't show her boobs, but she's like bent over doing rows and they're filming her from, so you see her back and just like that's kind of weird, but whatever.
See that one there is. I don't know. Her arms may be bigger than mine. Maybe.
Is this a bad time to bring up when I sent you that story on Fallon Fox and you said, "Ooh, who's that hot chick?" And I was like, "That's a guy." Is this a bad time to bring that up?
I don't know what you're talking about. I will not acknowledge that statement, sir.
Washington Redskins. How do you feel about the Washington Redskins?
Let them keep the freaking name. Who cares? I don't understand why it's offensive, other than somebody decides, hey, let's make it offensive. Well, I got a buddy who is Indian, supposedly, partly. He's got a card. And he says, well, when
And a drinking problem, and a gambling problem, and he likes to arm wrestle.
they brought scouts in, they call them Redskins, and he's good at it. No, he's good at it. He loves to arm wrestle.
Oh,
I don't see a problem with it.
your internet just went to shit again.
Yeah, yours blocked out a minute ago.
I'm
Oh,
blaming you
look,
anyway.
I have a little friend here. Look at this.
Yeah, my friend is better than your than your friend. That look that your cat just gave me, I've seen that on Google before. That look usually means that the cats want to be put down.
You want to put down? Do you want to be put down? She doesn't say she does.
No, that's that look. She gave it that she's doing it again right now. There it is again. I want to be put down. I can't
I'm
take
so
it no more.
I'm tired of this life.
So, 24. Spoilers. Matter of fact, you might want to just tune out for. Well, no, 24 won't take long. And then I had one more thing. And then one more thing for you. So, 24. Here's the thing about 24 that we didn't talk about. I didn't think that they were
The
going
president?
to kill President Heller.
No, I
That
thought
was
something would
surprising.
come through at the last moment.
Exactly. I thought Chloe would she would push the button, but Chloe already fixed it. Hello. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. It's a tornado. It's not a tornado. Don't worry. That's a joke. He'll probably call back here in a minute. Yeah. Anyway, I was surprised that they killed President Heller. That's just I did not see that coming at all. Um, so it was good episode. And he's
Um,
back.
and he's back.
Hey, you look better. I bet someone's got to be on Netflix now.
I don't even see you anymore. No,
How do you, oh,
the
you
one
know
who
what?
watched Netflix has gone to bed.
Hold on. There you go. Is that better?
Hey, I see you now.
Um, but anyway, yeah, I was not expecting I did not expect President Heller to get killed. That was like, wow, they did it. That was a surprise.
But you know, if that happened in real life, the president who gave his life, I mean, he'd be down in history forever.
Well, and that's I think why he wanted that, because plus he's feeling like shit anyway, because he's got you know, what's it called? Oh
Alzheimer's.
shit! Thank you. I forgot what it was called. That wasn't a joke either. Um,
Ooh, good one.
yeah, he's got Alzheimer's, so I mean, he's thinking this is a good way to go out too. Um, Now, Better Call Saul, which
Was
hasn't even aired yet.
renewed for season 2.
Yeah. Uh oh.
Doesn't even start season.
Wow. Holy lag, ladies and gentlemen. And that was just one sentence. Turn your video off.
I didn't hear any of it.
Turn your cam off.
All right,
How come this happens to
better.
you? Yeah, now I can hear you. You there still? Would be a good time to say something. Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh, there he is. Alright. Alright, so anyway, yeah, that's been renewed, and what's his name? Jesse Pinkman wants to be on the show. Because I guess his movie career isn't working out too well.
Whose show?
Jesse Pinkman wants to be on the Better Call Saul show.
Oh, I would like it even better then.
I think it would be, it would be a good show, but I think it's bad for his career.
Yeah, because it looks like he's desperate to get back to doing something.
Yeah, he'll be typecast. He'll always be Jesse Pinkman. I just think he should have done. He's trying to like take action roles over and shit like that. Start off a little smaller.
You know, did you see him in that movie about the Mustang?
Nope.
That was a good movie. I saw the movie. I don't remember the movie, but it was pretty good. He was good in it.
It was so good you don't remember it?
Shh. Yes.
Are you watching America's Got Talent?
Yes. I like that show.
I love that show. I wish I'd been watching it forever. Because I only started for Stern. That's like the whole reason I started that. I love that show. I gotta watch.
Yeah, I
this
do
one.
like it.
There's something on Sunday. I don't know what it is. I gotta watch that last Under the Dome episode still.
Oh, I can't wait. I've been following Dean Norris, and he's here in North Carolina showing videos and pictures of Instagram of his place out on the beach on the
They
waterway.
film it here, don't they?
Yeah, down in Wilmington.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They film a lot of shit down there.
Yeah, we used to be number 2 in the country for movies, but now I think we're down to 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But we're still pretty good.
I need to watch that. Are you watching anything? Are you watching Orange is the New Black?
No, I want to watch it. I still haven't got through House of Cards yet.
Oh, that was so good. Where are you on that?
Oh, did I lose you? Hello?
No, you're here. I hear you.
You're frozen. Oh. No, I'm not watching it, and I haven't watched... I'm trying to watch House of Cards, but, you know, we just started The Americans. Oh.
I want to watch that.
I
I
love
haven't
The
seen that
Americans.
yet. What is that on? Is that on Netflix?
I'm only through...
Through
I
what?
can't... Yes, that's how we're watching it. Oh, it's good.
It's on Netflix.
We've only
Okay.
we're through like 4 or 5 or 6 episodes, but it's really good.
Okay. Yeah, I want to watch that. I meant to watch it last year and I forgot about it. It's supposed to be good. Derek, I'm gonna watch Derek. The first season was great. Did you watch that, the Ricky Gervais one? Where he works at the retirement home? Homo?
I can't.
Loser? Homo.
I can't hear y'all.
Oh, there he is.
I don't know what you just said at all. Can you hear me? What?
Yeah, I hear you
What?
now. That's not nice.
No, what'd you say? What'd you say before that? What'd you say? Somebody at a retirement home or something.
Retirement home. I don't know what I said.
Yeah, you said somebody works at a retirement home.
Oh, I said, are you watching Derek? Have you watched that on Netflix?
No.
So, I love Derek, and it's six episode seasons. The second season just came out. They're like 20 minutes each. I'm gonna binge watch the second season at some point this weekend because that's just a good fucking show. I highly recommend that to everybody. That's good shit.
What's
So,
it about?
Ricky Gervais plays a
Oh.
very likely autistic guy who works at a retirement home.
I watched 3 or
and-
4 episodes of that and did not like it. And I
Oh, I
like Ricky
fucking love it.
Gervais.
I love it. I can't wait to watch the second season. So I'm gonna binge watch the second season. I think tomorrow because that's good shit right there. I don't think I got anything else to say. Do you have anything else to say?
I just said it.
What
There you go.
what will you be doing this weekend?
I'll be on the boat. And hopefully be on the boat 2 days. If I get too drunk the first day, I can't recover enough on the second day. So I do my best.
What happens, okay, if you go, like they're calling for big storms tomorrow. What happens if you go on the boat and you're out in the middle of the lake and a big storm comes through? What the fuck do you do? Do you try to ride it out or you just kind of chill? and hope you don't get
There's
flipped over and
there's
stuff.
two scenarios. First of all, I've been caught in both. First episode is you try to get to the dock and get your boat out, but everybody else is trying to do the same thing. So we learned that's not the thing to do. So the second thing is check the radar and head to the other part of the lake and hope it breaks up before it gets to you. And sometimes you get caught in the middle of it and you're just getting poured on. And hopefully it's not a thunderstorm. Yeah, rain. I've been caught up there in rain, storms, and all that, but you just ride it out. Yeah, we've caught every scenario out there pretty much.
Yeah, well, you have fun with that. I'm gonna try to be inside when the storms come. Of course, I also think everything in Holly Springs apparently is a tornado. So what the fuck do I know? It looked like a funnel. It looked like a funnel from the other angle. It didn't look as much funnel-like by the time I'd driven a mile and a half down the road. Okay?
Yeah, everybody thinks you're paranoid.
Well, look. I don't want to go through that again.
There's a cloud over there. I'm scared.
I hope a tornado fucks up your face so bad. All right. We're out. We'll be back next week with all kinds of other stupid shit. And, yeah. Samurai
And if you have any
out.
friends in Colorado, hopefully they're withstanding their tornadoes because they get one every 16 minutes.
He seems to have been doing better from that. We played the UFC game the other day. I kicked the shit out of him the first one. I was Kung Lee and he was Rich Franklin. Like, I just side-kicked him 8,000 times in the face and kicked his ass. And then the next two, I forgot who we were. He kicked the shit out of me in the next two. Like, it wasn't even close. It was just like a fluke that I won the first time. So I
can't wait till he comes to North Carolina and you really kick his ass. I'll pay to watch it. At the Holly Springs Community Center, I'll pay to watch it.
I need to get a video of that thing of me breaking the 2x4. I need to call the TV station about that.
You got to find that because that is pretty cool.
I didn't think it was that cool. I thought I didn't.
Have you ever seen anybody kick a 2 before? Ever?
Look,
ever?
Here's the deal. I didn't think it was that cool. I didn't think it was going to really be much of anything. I bought 2. I did one with, Tall Man to see if I could do it or not, and then I did it live. I didn't think it was a big deal, and then I searched it one day on YouTube, and there really aren't a lot of videos of people breaking 2x4s. So I never did market that like I should have. That was dumb.
I will say this. I told most of my friends that before I was pretty much, I was never worried about pissing you off, but after that I've realized if you ever kick me in the ribs, you could break like 7 ribs at once. So that's the reason I don't go over the edge with you.
If I kick you in the ribs to break 7, you know how wide my feet would have to be?
Yeah, but I've seen the force that you can kick with. I don't want any part of that. Well, plus you kicked me in the elbow and hurt my elbow.
I didn't look. You turned, and I didn't know that I did anything to your elbow when it happened. You fucked up my toenail, is what you did.
You should post that picture. That'd be funny.
I couldn't get my toes sucked for weeks. Yeah.
Hey, how about we play the first person to request that photo? We know who's listening to the podcast to the very end, and we'll post it of your toe.
It's only going to be one person to post it.
Well, we'll see now, won't we?
And he messaged me. He's not even listening right now. He's killing himself.
Oh, it's a self-killing. Oh, suicide.
It's always suicide, unless it's not. Yeah,
well,
he's
you remember
killing
the girls
himself.
jumped him at the movie theater.
What?
Remember when the gang of girls jumped him at the movie theater and he had to jump down in the sewer and they killed him? It wasn't his fault. I mean, he tried to be badass about it, but it didn't work.
I'll go with that one. Yeah, he's dead. He's not listening, but he'll listen when it's up on YouTube. All right, Samurai, I'm fucking out. I'm
All
done.
right, diver out.
We'll see y'all later.
All right,
See
later,
ya.
guys.
Broadcast. Stop record. And